Hello, I am Ruben Bressler, and welcome to the Sideboard. I am joined by Jeff Hoogland. How are you doing, sir?
Good.
You've brought something interesting to the table. You call it black-green stuff. I think it's better black-green demons. I don't think I've ever seen so many demons in one deck together. Tell us a little bit about the genesis of this deck.
Well, basically the format's very mid-range heavy right now, and I wanted something that could go over the top of all these other mid-range decks. And by jamming the deck full of powerful 5-drops and 4-drops as with our Desecration Demon, you just have way more threat density than they do, and it's hard for them to keep up with a lot of the time.
Sure. So you've got Thragtusk, which is fairly ubiquitous in the metagame right now, but on top of your 4 Thragtusks, you want ways to trump the other Thragtusks you're facing.
Exactly.
So you've got a lot of card draw, you've got 4 Bloodgift Demons and a Staff of Nin, which sort of behaves like your 9th Planeswalker, because you have 8 main deck Planeswalkers, which can all sort of not necessarily trade with, but keep up with the value of a Planeswalker by itself.
Yeah, definitely.
Let alone when it's joined by another one, or you get to untap with it the next turn. So,
Garruk Primal Hunter is another excellent draw source. I mean, a lot of the time, turn 4 Demon into turn 5 Garruk draw 6 is a perfectly good play.
Right. You've also got Desecration Demon as your other 4 demons, which has 6 toughness.
Yes.
Which is very important when dealing with Thragtusk.
Beat Thragtusk in a fight every time.
Every time. And so you've also got Golgari Key Rune. Now, you don't have much, you have a little bit of acceleration in Farseek and Golgari Key Rune. The Golgari Key Rune hasn't seen a ton of play yet, but this is the first deck I've ever seen it in, actually. Tell me a little bit about the virtues of the Key Rune.
The Key Rune was just there as a 5th and 6th ramp spell, essentially. It's much weaker than, say, Rakdos Key Rune, which has seen a lot of play, but the deck plays so many heavy top-end cards that you really need 6 ramp spells to get there.
Sure. And so you're running a whole ton of land, obviously, and you're running a whole big suite of elimination spells. You've got Sever the Bloodline, Abrupt Decay, Tribute to Hunger, and Ultimate Price, in addition to Liliana and Vraska, and sometimes Golgari Key Rune, and sometimes Staff of Nin. This is exactly the kind of deck I expect you to play, with nothing but elimination spells. Tell me about why you chose these particular ones. Specifically, I want to hear a little bit about Abrupt Decay, because it hasn't really been seeing a ton of play in Standard so much as it's been seeing in Legacy.
When Abrupt Decay kills, it kills really well. 9 times out of 10, this card's killing a Detention Sphere, which is getting you back a Planeswalker or a Demon, which is then going to generate more card advantage for you. It kills tokens. I killed a Flip Huntmaster with it in the last round. It's just a very flexible card.
Sure. It also takes out Centaur Healers, which are becoming somewhat more ubiquitous as the format shifts a little bit slower. People want to have a slightly earlier threat. Mm-hmm. So, moving to the sideboard, we've got some more elimination spells to be able to fill out your deck if you need to be able to take care of creatures. You've also got Ground Seal, which I find very interesting. I think that it's obviously for the Reanimator tech for your deck. Why did you choose Ground Seal over any of the other choices?
In addition to being tech for the Reanimator decks, it's also good against any generic Angel of Serenity deck because it prevents them from getting creatures back from their graveyard. And while they can still get my creatures, that's not as much card advantage for them, so I'm just going to kill the Angel of Serenity.
Sure. You've also got 2 Mutilate in the sideboard. Now, Mutilate's a card that I wish saw more play. You don't have a ton of swamps in your deck. You've got the 4 Overgrown Tomb and the 5 Swamp. You only really have 9, in addition to the Farseeks and the Evolving Wilds. But you have enough to get it going. What does that normally come in against?
Mutilate comes in against the white X aggro decks, the blue-white aggro, the green-white aggro, or anything with mana dorks. The beautiful thing about it is if I cast the spell with only 2 swamps in play, it's not killing any of my things. It's like a one-sided Wrath.
Right, it's killing their Geist of St. Traft, but leaving your beast tokens alive. Mm-hmm. Now, you're also running Bloodline Keeper in the sideboard. Tell me why you have Bloodline Keeper, what it comes in against, what it replaces.
Bloodline Keeper's good in every matchup where your Desecration Demons are awful. Desecration Demon's bad against zombies with Gravecrawler and Lingering Souls deck, and Bloodline Keeper does a lot of work in those matchups. He doesn't care about Crippling Blight, and he's going to make a lot more creatures than Lingering Souls.
Excellent, and you've got another Staff of Nin in the sideboard. Now, you've got 1 main deck, 1 sideboard. You're telling me that you love that card. Tell the folks out there why they should be running Staff of Nin.
Staff of Nin is an all-star. The only reason 2 aren't main deck is because it's bad against the USA mid-range deck. Against every other mid-range and control deck, it's a house. It's a Planeswalker they can't attack, and they can't Dreadboard.
Nice. Excellent. Well, you're already up a game. We're going to see you on camera later today. Jeff, thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you.